Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to try a new technique. I want to create a demolition derby car, and I'm going to use this aluminium foil in order to create some distorted and twisted panels for this car. Although I'm going to try this new technique in order to create a demolition derby car, it is also a well-suited technique if you wish to create a Mad Max car or other junkyard vehicle. So the first thing I'm going to do is to drill a hole at the roof. Then I'm going to cut a major section of this roof, and I'm going to replace that section in the aluminum foil I've showed you earlier. I'm also going to try this technique on the left door of this car, and for that I'm going to remove two parts from this door as well. After cutting these pieces from the car's body, I'm going to smooth them up with my Dremel. Now the next step is to cut a square piece from this aluminum foil. I found this aluminum foil at a local art depot. It is a 0.25 thick aluminum foil. I want to have the feel as if this car was found at a local junkyard, and therefore the body is going to be very far away from being perfect. So I'm going to create some wrinkles and dents for this piece here at the roof, and it is going to be a little bit squashed as well. So after creating those wrinkles, I'm going to attach this part using some contact glue. After making sure this aluminum part is seated in place, I'm going to cut the excessive material with my X-Acto knife. Now I'm going to use my Dremel in order to smooth the roof as best as I can. Now you can see I have made the same thing with this door. I didn't want to let go on this line, so I've cut two parts from the door, and you can see here is the aluminum foil. I'm going to add some epoxy glue now in order to make this part even stronger. Now that the epoxy glue has cured, it is time to open a tiny gap here down at the door. Because this door has suffered a collision, it is only logic to make this gap here. By looking at this car right now, I'm very pleased with this new technique, and I will surely try this one on some other cars that I have in the future to come. Now I'm done using this aluminium foil technique for this car because I don't want this car to be looking as if it is a total disaster. So I'm going to add some simple dents by using my Dremel only. I wanted a broken headlight at the front, so I'm drilling one of these headlights, and I'm also going to remove one of the taillights for this car. It will give this car the right vibe, I think. Now I'm just creating broken bumpers front and back. They are going to be twisted as well as dented. Now here is another nice way to separate the bumpers a little bit from the body. I'm just cutting a piece from this bumper, but not all the way, of course. I don't want to remove this piece entirely. After cutting a few millimeters of this bumper, I'm going to use a direct flame heat in order to create some kind of effect. It will look like as if this car had a tiny collision up front. And you will see in a minute, it is a very nice technique. You have to make sure that the flame will not touch on the plastic, because then you will destroy this piece for sure. You need to use the flame in a way that only the heat will affect this plastic part. Now I'm going to make the same effect at the back, and my plan is to paint this car but without any rust spots, because I want this car to look like as if it was freshly painted in preparation for the race. I'm going to add some bars at the front in order to protect the driver, and also roll bars from the inside, but I'm not going to add any protective parts at the doors or up front, because I want to keep the car somehow original as I can. I guess it is time to show you the car. And here it is. I'm trying to play a little bit with the light effect, because I want to create some shades that will cause the dents to be more visible. I know that demolition derby cars has no headlights and no glass, but I wanted to keep one of the headlights just for fun. I didn't want to add extra protection at the front, although I know it is a necessary attachment for any demolition derby car. That is because I wanted to keep the nice grille at the front. So I guess I can call this creation an old school banger or demolition derby car before of the major regulations that came with this sport. I will surely use this technique once again on another car that I have planned to make. It is going to be some kind of work in progress project car for my garage. So be prepared to watch another video of this new technique in the near future. Now here's the car from different angle and different light environment. Needless to say, I had to hand paint the racing numbers because none of my decals could stick onto this distorted surface. Now I can see that there's a very big dent at the rear right fender, and from this angle you can see the missing taillight, and I think it is a nice addition, as well as the twisted bumper. If you wonder, the wheels were taken from a VW Welly Beetle. I've hand painted the rims in blue and silver, and I also added these white walls on each one of these tires. Right before wrapping up this video, and saying goodbye everyone and thank you, I wanted to show you something that I did with my latest restored VW Beetle. One of my friends here, Jerry Bailey, told me that the rear bumper was sticking too much at the back and I couldn't disagree with him. So I fixed this issue by removing the plastic part from the bumper and carving this line at the back. So now the bumper is very small and sticking way less at the back. So thank you, Jerry, and thank you all for watching this video. Bye bye.